there's an equity scorecard basically for the state of Illinois, and they measure a few things. So they measure staffing, they measure the demographics of how students are performing on their assessments, and then they also measure like culture and climate. And to be honest, we are trending in the right direction in our district, so we are really excited. And oftentimes, we're considered to be one of the state leads in equity work.
Here with us, we have Dr. Devon Horton from Evanston, Skokie School District 65. Thank you so much for making the time. How are you liking CUBE in Miami here?
CUBE, it's amazing. It's my first time here. I didn't know that these resources and the connections and just the different professional developments were happening in CUBE. So excited about just being a part of this.
That's awesome. You know, we've been interviewing your colleagues here all week, and we've done this a number of years, and so I can't wait to come here and share information and also just listen to the educators and what your struggles are at. And quite honestly, celebrate your accomplishments. So, by the way, Superintendent of the Year, huh?
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, that is so awesome. Tell me a little bit about that. Did you have was there a big award? Did you get a Ferrari? How does that work?
I was nominated by a colleague to be Superintendent of the Year for the National Alliance of Black School Educators. Huge honors, national.
Absolutely.
And there's some phenomenal superintendents that's affiliated with that organization. And through the work that my team, I have a really strong and high quality team that's doing some really awesome things there. My board is extremely supportive, and there was an event, the conference, the 50th annual conference was last week.
Big year
in DC.
As well. Last week in DC, huh?
Yeah, and what was really critical, the award is actually named after the first black superintendent in the district that I currently serve. And the building that I sit in is named after Joseph E. Hill. So it was quite the honor. Yeah.
A full circle, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you've got a Chicago kid made good, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Congratulations.
That.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. I know off camera we were chatting about our teachers, and my wife's an educator, my daughter's an educator. When they start talking shop in the kitchen, and I'm just like, okay, well, it's my turn to eat my mashed potatoes. I'm done, right? Tell me a little bit about what the struggle here and what you're doing to prepare these fresh teachers coming out of college, and how are you connecting this K-12 environment with higher education? How does that work? Tell me a little bit about that.
I've been on a kick lately. When we talk about the teacher shortages that's plaguing this country, there are multiple factors, right? So there's the shortage, and we know when we say shortage, there's not a shortage for every school district. It depends on the dynamics and the poverty rates and the population of students being served are being more impacted by shortages than our more affluent communities. The other part is we have to get past this old structure of having our higher ed institutions create these teachers and send them out, and you're preparing the same prototype of teacher that's supposed to teach to the masses of all types of environments. Just not good practice. So some things that we're doing in District 65 and other districts as well across the country are building and have built these teacher residencies where we take individuals that are from the community, and specifically in D65, we have a focus on anti-racist educators where we train them in full partnership with a university partner, and it's now a 50-50. Which they're working with us a full year to get their master's, and they're working in our schools 4 days a week and taking classes 1 day a week. And so it's a great marriage between how do you really learn the trade and get past that 3-year curse of teachers quitting, right? Because they're not properly equipped many times. So we're excited about the residency model, and I'm on a journey to really help this country begin to shift and go into more of the residency design and really get into preparing teachers with the art and the science of teaching and have them better equipped to lead and preparing them for the specific schools that they're going to work in.
Yeah, that's a very good concept. However, I'm an architect and we have an apprenticeship, right? I get my diploma, and here, Alex, go design a brand new school building. I remember it was like, here, Alex, go get me, go design this doorway. You're not quite ready, but we'll get you there. So yeah, it's not for everybody. And it takes a little bit of time, right?
Absolutely.
And so you absolutely have to support our young teachers coming out of college. So
Yes.
that's excellent. I think that's a good model for the country.
Yes.
What you're doing, so appreciate that. Small and big districts.
Yes, thank
I
you.
think a larger school district would certainly appreciate looking at a model like that and making a big change.
Absolutely.
So-
In Louisville, Kentucky, where I used to serve as chief of schools, they are preparing 30 to 35 teacher residents a year in partnership with the University of Louisville, and and there are 100,000 students in that school district. So you can go big and really build the teachers that you need for your specific district.
It's like a homegrown your own, right? Or
Yes.
growing your own. That's awesome. So let me ask you this. Tell me a little bit about that. I mean, I think the year-end report card, and this is what happened this year, and here's what we're looking forward to. I particularly like the areas where we need help, and the areas that are meant to be celebrated. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Illinois is probably one of the more progressive communities around focusing on equity-centered priorities for the state, which is brave and courageous work. And so I would honestly say two things. The traditional structure where every school, it's a federal law. All of our schools were rated commendable, and two of them were rated exceptional at the highest level, and one was rated targeted, which is the second from the lowest. Traditionally, though, we would have three schools that were rated targeted. Okay. We were able to uplift our schools district through the work, new leadership, and let me get it right, new leadership in one, and the other one, we put some new structures in place to help elevate that had already had a strong leadership team. And we're excited. And we are also able to keep two of our schools in the exemplary status, which you're in the top 10%. Just to give you an example.
I mean, that's marked improvement.
Yes.
Give me an example of that.
One example being that it's 859 school districts in Illinois, and we have two schools that are rated in the top 10%, right? How critical is that, right?
Fantastic.
And you don't live in the top 10%. I'm just going to say that. That's very challenging. So we're really excited about it. And the one school that fell into the targeted, we're guaranteeing that they won't be targeted next school year. We've done some really great work. The leadership has shifted. We have a really dynamic school support leader now, an assistant superintendent, and the dynamics of our coaching climate team is being lifted, and we'll see that. The other part I wanted to mention is that there's an equity scorecard basically for the state of Illinois, and they measure a few things. So they measure your staffing, they measure the demographics of how students are performing on their assessments, and then they also measure like culture and climate. And to be honest, we are trending in the right direction in our district, so we are really excited, and oftentimes we're considered to be one of the state leads in equity work. We really are considered to be that.
I mean, you have the credit to your staff, with faculty, and quite honestly, the Board of Education and leadership, and that's what we get awards, right? So congratulations.
Yes.
Dr. Horton, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. I know you're a super busy guy, but I'm honored to be able to chat with you here. And again, congratulations.
Always. Thank you.
I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, Alex.
Absolutely.